How you guys doing today?
Good.
All right.
That's better. Are you guys excited about college?
No. Yeah, college signing day is a pretty big day, a pretty special time, and the next 4 years of your lives are going to help shape the rest of your life. So, no pressure. We have a lot of different colleges here represented. We got a lot of different high schools here represented.
Yes.
Yeah, you bright and shining faces. So.
Well, and you're out of school right now, so that's kind of cool, right? Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
The best reason to be here.
All right, so we want to bring up a special JCPS 2015 grad who overcame some really crazy obstacles to get where she is here today.
Yeah, she's got a really great story to share. We want to bring up
Nakia Rhodes.
Nakia
Rhodes, everyone.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nakia Rhodes, and I'm a Western 2015 graduate. So shout out to my school. Hi, I see you guys in the front. So this morning I was invited to come and talk to you guys and give you some tips for college. So last year this time, I was in your seats, and I was scared, and I was nervous and excited and sad because I was leaving high school. There was a roller coaster of emotions that I'm sure that you guys are feeling as well. I'm really excited that you all are here. There's a lot of you. This is probably the biggest crowd I've ever spoken in front of, which is a little scary. Thank you. But basically, I just came to give you some of my key tips, just from experience. Going into college, I had it a little bit easier than some people that are going to college for the first time. Western has an early college program, so I started college my senior year. So I had a lot of support there. I got used to my campus early, and a lot of you guys may not have that opportunity. So as a person who's now been in college for 2 years, getting ready to graduate, I want to share with you my top 3 tips. So if you have like a piece of paper, write it down, because these are the best, all right? So my first tip is time management. It sounds really lame, but once you get to college, you're gonna have maybe 4 or 5 classes, and there's gonna be a lot of work. There's gonna be homework for at least an hour or 2 in every single class. It's gonna be scary, but if you take your class seriously, if you don't go out and party every single night, maybe go party just on the weekends, use your time wisely. Some of you might go on and get jobs. Some of you might work 2 jobs. Myself, I work 2 jobs, do an internship, and I'm a full-time student. So make sure that your timing and your education is at the top priority for you. My second tip is networking. So, I don't know, I guess I'll just tell you guys why I'm the coolest person and why they invited me here. So last summer, because of my networking, because of the networks that I had within JCPS, I got to go to DC and meet the president and the first lady. Yeah, that was really exciting. So when you network, you get to know people. Sometimes it's not always about what you know, but it's about who you know. You get to go places, you get to travel, you get to meet the president, you can meet the first lady, you can meet rappers. Wale was at the conference that we went to, and it was really awesome. So one of the key tips that I think I use the most is networking. Get to know your teachers. Whenever you get onto campus, get to know everybody in the advising center. Use your resources. That's the third tip. Those kind of go together. So if you're not good at writing, don't walk past the writing center. Go in. There are people there that are there to help you. The people in your college are there because they want to support you. So make sure you use your resources and make sure you network. You'll be amazed at the things that can happen whenever you build yourself a support system. Even if you don't really have a strong one at home, there are people in your colleges and even in your high schools right now that want to support you and they want to see you do well. So those are my 3 biggest tips, and now I'm going to hand it over to the mayor. He's going to be on the big TV.
Thanks, Nakia. I want to congratulate you on all of your success and perseverance. Keep up the good work at JCTC, and I look forward to tasting some of your creations at one of our great local restaurants real soon. To all of you, congratulations on being a part of College Signing Day. Be proud of your accomplishments, but know that high school is not the finish line. To succeed in today's world, a college education or skill training is absolutely essential. I know college may not be easy, but I believe in you and know you can do it. Ask for help from the people around you and from the people you meet at your new campus. They want you to soar. Remember, you have a new graduation to look forward to, class of 2020. And we need you to earn degrees so you can continue leading and moving our city forward. Congratulations, and keep up the good work.
All right, how about that, Mayor Fisher? Little words of encouragement for you. Now, I gotta be honest, one of my fondest memories from college was the friends that I made at college. I gotta be honest, when I went to school, the roommate that I was paired up with my freshman year was not one of them. He actually slept with a knife under his pillow, but it was a chocolate yoo-hoo that actually forged the friendship that I brought home, that little chocolate drink yoo-hoo, and I gave it to him, and that was kind of a peace offering, and then after that, we were kind of friends.
You bonded over yoo-hoo.
Yeah, bonded over yoo-hoo. But then it was my sophomore year in college that I found my best friend, and we ended up rooming with one another, and to this day, we're still friends. So the friendships that you make in college are going to be the ones that stay with you the rest of your life.
Absolutely. My best friends, I met all of my girlfriends, the closest girlfriends that I ever had in my life, I ended up meeting the second night in our dorm room, and we were inseparable ever since, about 7 of us, and we've kept in touch ever since. So that's one of the biggest things that I know you guys have really close friends now, but you're about to meet your lifelong friends in college, and it's going to be awesome.
Yep.
We've still got a lot of cool things still to come today as well. We've got a dance-off between Morty the Mortarboard and was it the Cardinal Bird?
Yeah, U of L Cardinal Bird. They're going to
U of L Cardinal Bird, so
dance
that's
off.
going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've got some panelists that are going to be coming up and answering some of your tweeted questions, some of the most common questions that people have about going to college, and we should probably meet them, shouldn't we?
Yeah, but before we do that, I want to take a picture for social media. So we're going to do a selfie with you guys in the background, all right?
Okay.
We can do it for Snapchat too, but first off,
Look good.
gotta do
Look
this.
good. You look good.
All right, guys.
Okay. This looks good.
You ready?
Yeah, this is going to be epic.
Hang on.
You gotta.
There we go.
There we go. Flip it. There it is.
There it is.
Yeah. Okay. How's my hair? Okay. Ready?
Guys. Boom.
Nice.
All right. Beautiful.
You did that
You guys
pretty
are very
well.
pretty. You're wonderful college, high school seniors getting ready to be college freshmen. All right. Let's introduce some of the panelists here.
All right. Our panelist, first panelist, is from U of L. Please welcome Destiny Germany.
Yeah.
Come on up, Destiny.
From Bellarmine University, Joe Patzeltz.
Yeah. Bellarmine. Cute. From Spalding University, Taylor Stanley.
Jefferson Community and Technical College, Mercedes Smith.
From U of L and UPS Metro College, Morgan Brush.
And then finally from Simmons College, Richard Hughes. All right, so these guys have all been gathered here. They are kind of experts, if you will, in the college experience. And so they're going to help you, like, give some advice and help answer some questions on these next 4 years of your lives as you venture into college.
Yeah, they've all been there before where you are going, so they're the best people to, and we've all been there before, so who better to ask? And first of all, we want to start off, and Richard, we'll kind of start with you. First of all, how did you find the right college for you? That's kind of like the first step in your whole path to your career. How'd you find the right college?
Well, it's not easy at all. First thing I'd say is explore and exhaust every option you have. I mean, find out the intricate details about it, how much it costs, what the student population is, what type of scholarships you can get, and then find out like the campus life. Like, you know, you don't want to go to a college where, you know, if too much is going on and that's not for you, you know, then, you know, kind of stay away from that. If you're more into like the smaller type, or if you're into the bigger type, you know, find out, you know, what it takes to get into that. And basically it's just finding about like what you like and what the college has to offer that matches your personality and everything.
Yeah, following a guide to college probably isn't the best way to choose. Might have been how I ended up at Purdue University, but it's all good. Because it led me here, right? Mm-hmm. All right, Taylor, what about you? Do we have a mic? Can we pass the mic? There you go.
I think that Right. So I think that finding like what your major is a big part. When I started, I was a different major, so that led me to Spalding. But then I found out that they have the small campus size that I loved. Their class sizes were perfect for me. Finding that type of stuff. The small campus allowed me to be really involved in everything. So
Mic
just
check.
looking at all those things, and like he said, what you can afford, what's not going to put you in debt, tons of money.
Absolutely. Class size is one thing that you mentioned. If you're one that needs a lot of attention, smaller class size is going to be good for you, because I had a couple of very large lectures, and they don't know if you show up or not. You've got to be really disciplined to make sure that you are showing up for lectures, even when it doesn't even when they don't know if you're there or not.
All right, so Destiny, if you will. From Twitter, Chrissy asks, what are the best study tips?
Okay, some of the best study tips would most definitely be time management. You don't want to like wait to the last minute, the day before, to be like, oh, I have a test tomorrow, I should probably study for that. What I do is I go on Pinterest. Does anyone use Pinterest? Yay, Pinterest? Okay, so they have a lot of good study tips on there, and you gotta just find what works best for you. So yeah, good study tips.
Cool, good job. Another question from Twitter, and we'll just go ahead and pass it right on down here to Joe. Any tips for cost cutting at college?
For cost cutting?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you'll find out soon, freshman year, that you're going to be on your own. That might seem scary now, but actually, college is going to be one of your best experiences in your life, and that independence, at least I found to fall in love with. So that transition with, especially now, keeping track of your money, I think you're going to learn soon what you need and then what versus what you want. And I think especially when you have your priorities in order, college, since you have your own schedule to a certain extent, I think it depends on where you decide to go to school, what you study. I think once you focus on what's really important, you're going to see that you're going to have some time for fun. But definitely keeping track of how you are spending your money early on, and realize that it'll tick away. So being aware of that early in your freshman year will save you some stress later on. So just I think by thinking about that early on, everybody goes to college thinking it's going to be fun and try to experience everything right away. You have several years, maybe hopefully 4 years. So just be aware of that.
Well, I also learned about credit card debt my freshman year. I got signed up for my first credit card and got a free 2-liter of Coke. And I thought, that's the greatest day ever. I just give them this and they give me stuff. That's amazing. You do actually have to pay that off, though.
Yeah, so, Joe made a good point. Needs versus wants. You're like, I need Taco Bell. I want to go to class.
Yeah.
You got to just adjust your priorities sometimes with with what you have to do.
Morgan, I wanted to talk to you about how classes and academics are different in college versus high school. There's a difference in the way classes are conducted in college versus high school.
Absolutely. I graduated from high school in 2004, so it's been a little bit, but you definitely have a lot of time on your hands, so you're not just in school Monday through Friday at set times. In the classes, you have to show up. I think that's a huge thing. Make an effort to show up to every class. The lectures are very engaging and inspiring, so try to get to know your professors and your classmates. But I guess the difference, you're kind of on a new level a little bit academically, and you'll be asked to step outside of your comfort zone and make presentations and study academic journals and that kind of thing. So give you an opportunity to find your passion and grow. So.
Well, and it's an independence thing. I mean, you're on your own in college. You need to make sure that you are disciplined and pace yourself and know how you learn best, as opposed to there's a little bit more hand-holding in high school, I think.
Yeah, that was one of the craziest things about independence. Some of you will experience what an RA is, someone who's kind of like the advisor in your dorm room for your hall. And I remember asking my RA my freshman year, so do we have to tell you like when we're going to be back, or do we have to tell you where we're going? And he's like, no. Because you're not with your parents anymore, so you've got to make decisions and make choices on your own. Here's another question from Twitter. Mercedes, we can maybe let you answer. What is the biggest adjustment you had to make from high school going into college?
My biggest adjustment was I didn't have the teachers to remind me the work that I had to do. Like they said, you are on your own, so it's a lot harder it is in college because you will sit there all day long, listening in class and everything, and at the end of the day, they say you have a work assignment due by Friday. Literally, you will forget because you got so many other classes that you have to go to and worry about, and you don't have that teacher that's patting you on the back or reminding you or talking to you at the end of class every time to tell you that you have an assignment to do. So that was a big adjustment for me as a freshman, but as time went on, I got better.
Cool. All right. Let's talk a little bit about activities and clubs. There is so much that so many different colleges offer as far as extracurricular activities, clubs, sports. Let's talk a little bit about what you recommend. Obviously, Greek life is a big thing that's associated with college. What kind of advice in approaching how much to get involved your freshman year can you offer? Let's go ahead and start.
My opinion, I waited. I graduated in December, so I actually waited to get into Greek life because getting into Greek life and any activities on campus, it takes a lot of commitment. Like you have to be ready to get the job done or help out anytime you have to. So your freshman year, I don't tell people not to get involved, but I wouldn't get involved too much because you need to worry about your studies. Your studies come first. So I always remember that because it's always going to be Greek life on campus. It's always going to be activities you can get into. Yes, you're going to see your friends running up and down, the dorm rooms or on campus, running up and down and stuff like that and going to different little areas to sit and talk to everybody else at. But remember, your studies is very important. That's what you came to school for. But once you get adjusted to the life, to college life and everything, get involved. Because once you get involved, you could be one of the people sitting up here today like we are.
Actually, Joe, you want to expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, I definitely agree that make sure you get your studies, in check first. Understand what you have in front of you, because after all, you're going to college to learn. But like she said, once you get accustomed to everything, I suggest as soon as that happens, once you're at that point, go ahead and get involved on campus. Just to share a little bit of my experience, I played baseball at Bellarmine, and I was a walk-on, and I'm originally from Chicago, so I was new to Louisville, I was new to Bellarmine. I knew that I wanted to be here because I knew Bellarmine was a small school, it had my major, I liked the city when I came down, so I knew I was in the right place coming down here. However, baseball, I used that as an outlet to meet people, early on in my years. Like I said, I was a walk-on, so I wasn't promised anything, but I went through the stuff in the fall, and I earned a spot on the team. Well, that was great. I came in with knowing about 30 guys, so that always helps. But then I focused again on my studies because now I knew I had baseball and I had school to worry about. But the next thing that I tried to do, I didn't learn, but I realized in college that I was a first-generation student. So I'm the first person from my family to go to college. And Bellarmine actually has a program for first-generation students. And once I was aware of that, I decided to invest in the program, and I was assigned a mentor, and this was another way for me to get involved on campus and meeting another 250 students that are just like me, that are not athletes, that are not within my major. So definitely, I think reaching out, getting involved on campus, there's a ton, I think, on all campuses to do. It doesn't have to be sports, and it could be any type of club or activity, but make sure you have your studies in check first. And then once you do, college flies by. So I think early on, try to meet as many people as you can. You can sign up for clubs. If you don't like it, you can, then you could always maybe decide not to participate anymore. But definitely get out there.
Awesome.
From Twitter, Trevor tweets, how can I get my college paid for? Taylor, you want to?
I think that the biggest thing is working hard to get scholarships. I was an RA for 3 years during college, so that helped big time. So looking you have to like actively seek out those scholarships. They're not just gonna come knocking at your door. You have to work hard to get those and then to keep them for more than 1 or 2 years, to keep them all 4 years. So looking for scholarships, grants, anything that you can do. Like my RA scholarship, I have to work for that, but it's worth it in the long run for sure. So.
All right, how about Richard? Go ahead. Tell us what you did to kind of help cut down the costs.
Basically, there's two things in life that's not cheap. One is life itself. Life definitely isn't cheap. And then college most certainly is not cheap. I'll say this, in high school and everything, I didn't really like writing essays. I mean, I did because I had to. But once I graduated and I realized that's how you got to get, you know, most of your scholarships, I mean, I'll write up an essay real quick to get that money. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So that's one of the things, like most of the scholarships are going to require essays. And if they're like 1 page, knock it out. I don't care if it's like 10 pages, like knock that thing out. Because I mean, college is not cheap. And you're going to have to find some way of doing that. But also, there's also like financial aid. The best thing to do every year in January, as soon as you can, you and your parents must fill out that FAFSA. Like if you don't listen to anything I tell you, just write that down, tweet it, do what you gotta do. You gotta fill out the FAFSA because I mean, that's free money going to your education. And at this point, anything free is worth having. Like I don't care what you gotta do to get it. Well, be careful what you do to get it, but still. But anything free is definitely worth having, especially if it's gonna go towards your education. I don't care if it's like a $500 scholarship or even like a, you know, $15,000 scholarship. Do what you gotta do to get that money to help pay for your scholarship.
All right, Destiny. Another Twitter question. One other thing too, you can only donate so much plasma. So you can also get an on-campus job as well. I ended up working at a radio station, one of my first jobs in college, that helped not only help me learn for my career, but also help me earn money to help pay for college. So there's also a lot of those opportunities. You got another question from Twitter for Destiny.
Yeah, I mean, it was, Ben, will you go to prom with us? But you don't have to answer that.
Ben for a prom date, that's nice.
Hey, can you explain, has U of L provided any opportunities for you to maybe study abroad or any opportunities to study outside of the actual classroom? And if so, how do you get involved in something like that?
Yes, most definitely. U of L actually, like if you get a scholarship there, for example, I'm a Porter Scholar, so if I decide to study abroad maybe for like a semester, my scholarship will transfer over and it'll pay for it that way. So that's just one way that you could study abroad, but also like I'm in the honors program and they have honors conferences, so I've been to Orlando, they're going to Seattle. There's just plenty of ways to like travel within college. It is the perfect time, you're young, do you, be free, go anywhere. You just have to put yourself out there to find those opportunities. So most definitely travel. Travel, travel, travel.
Very, very cool. Let's give a big round of applause for our panelists.
Panelists.
That's awesome. And listen, while you're here, if you get a chance, you have some follow-up questions, any more information, make sure you track them down and say, hey, I wanted something else, I need some more information about something you talked about up there. I'm sure you guys are sticking around, all right?
Yeah. We are going to have you guys draw some door prizes, so that's pretty cool. But
free stuff.
Yeah, we do have a couple more Twitter questions, and we can just hit them like one answer things. Like, what was the scariest thing on your first day of college?
Scariest thing, well, that was a long time ago, 2004, I graduated and started college. I was just kind of nervous because I wasn't confident in my academic abilities. I think that was my biggest thing. But there are so many resources on campus that you can tap into, and make sure that you do. And I also wanted to mention I'm with Metro College. I learned about that about a year ago. I started with UPS, and it's a program, it's a partnership between UPS, JCTC, and U of L. And while you're working part-time for UPS, they will actually pay for your college so that you can graduate debt-free. And it's a great opportunity, and I think anyone should look into it. And you also can get academic bonuses and book reimbursement. There's going to be a table here, and we're going to have the breakout sessions, so come see us if you have any questions. and we do have a couple T-shirts. Can we throw those?
Yeah,
into the crowd?
absolutely. We're going to be getting to the
Guys,
giveaways
will you
here
help
in just
me?
a sec. Yeah.
Hey, so we've got a bunch of other stuff happening here this afternoon, and man, you're about to hear from a really dynamic speaker, a person who's had a lot of obstacles thrown in his way, but is here to really kind of tell you his story and how your future can really help shape, in the next few years, can really help shape your future.
Yeah, no matter what you face, this man went through drug addiction, he suffered from incarceration, homelessness, and still went on to turn his life around and graduated from college. And now, he's a big-time super chef. He's worked alongside Emerald Lagasse. He's big time, and he's got an amazing story to tell you guys. You ready to get inspired? You gotta be the super chef.
Start out first.
Start out first.
I am what they call a super chef. I named myself that because before anyone was going to make me great, I made myself great. You know what I'm saying? You can't wait for nobody. So how many of y'all want to be successful? Because if you wait for somebody else to come make you successful, you'll be waiting for a long time, a real long time. So what I'm going to do, I had this cool story, man. I had this really, really big inspiration in my life. His name is E.T. told me. How many of y'all want to know how to be successful? The story, y'all going to college right now. You're going to the most influential time in your life. But the key is, how do you become great? Everybody sees Steph Curry. Everyone sees the Taylor Swift. Everyone sees that people are successful. But the question is, how do you get there? For me, I broke the mold. I'm changing the game on what chefs look like. When you look at me, do I look like a chef? Do I talk like a chef? I didn't change anything about me except for this. The only thing I had to change to be successful was the way I thought.
I didn't have to change the way I dressed. I didn't have to change the music I listened to. I didn't have to change anything but what I digested in here. So let me give you a little story real quick, all right? What's your name right there? Yeah. Huh? Jacob?
Jacob.
All right, Jacob. All right, so story about this guru. Anybody know what a guru is? A guru is a great person at whatever they do. So a guy goes to this business guru. He's the richest one in the world, the most successful one in the world. He asks him, teach me what you know, right? Don't you go to somebody that's the best and ask them to teach you if you want to do what they do, right? Say, teach me what you know about being successful. Teach me how to be rich. He said, meet me tomorrow at the beach, and I'll show you in the morning. Dude said, man, I ain't trying to get a tan. You know what I'm saying? The first thing we try to do is tell people how to teach us how to be something we don't know how to be, right? And that's the first thing we usually do. So what he does is he meet him at the beach the next day, right? He says, take off all your clothes except for your boxers. He said, man, I didn't come here to go swimming. He said, man, just listen. Listen, it's the first thing you want to learn about this story is listen to the great ones. The people trying to teach you, your teachers, your professors, digest what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? They said, come out here and come with me in the water a little bit. So the first thing he does is, he goes knee deep, right? He said, that's not enough. He said, come out a little bit further. He goes waist deep. He said, still not enough. So the guru was trying to show him how to be successful in the ocean, at the beach. This does not seem like success, right? And this is what you gotta understand, success looks different for everyone. I started off in the back of a gyro restaurant cooking high-end food. That's not success. Success for a chef is to start in his own restaurant with nice decor, doing this, doing that. But that wasn't my journey. But the world told me that's not what successful looks like. I define what success looks like, not the people around me. You know what I'm saying? I change my environment when I walk in the building. My environment never changed me. I can go on 32nd and Oak, I don't even know this is the street. I can go out there, when I get there, it's about me. I don't change, I don't adapt to my environment. My environment adapts to me now. You understand what I'm saying? Did you hear what I'm saying? Yeah, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir, we're in the right place. But back to the story. He tells him to walk a little bit further out. He goes to his shoulders. He said, that's not enough. I want you to see what it is to be successful. He said, come further out. He goes underwater. So the guru pushes his head underwater. He can't breathe. He's trying to fight his way out. He can't do anything. And right before he passes out, he lets him up. What does that guy want to do? What does Jacob want to do most now? Breathe. In order to be successful, you gotta want it as bad as you wanna breathe. In order to be successful, you gotta want it as bad as you wanna breathe. So whatever you're trying to be in college, whatever you're trying to do not forget, you gotta have a focus. Man, I remember hearing the stories about Beyonce doing her tours and her shows. She was doing a show, she forgot to eat for 3 days because she was so focused on her craft. You know what I'm saying? When you're in college, the parties are there, the influences are there, everything's around you, but you gotta remain focused. I'm from Ohio. That's where I was born at, that's where I was raised at. So when I got down here, it's a little bit different. Like for me, we never went out to a club and seen star athletes there in college. You know what I'm saying? I never did that in Ohio because our star athletes were in the gym. Our star athletes never went out. It's a time to play and it's a time to try to be perfect. Be perfect before you play. You know what I'm saying? That's where it comes down to is the only reason I made it from where I was at, from being locked up multiple times and realizing that I'm the guy I never wanted to be. And let me give you a little bit of advice before you leave today. It's a lot easier to be the person you never wanted to be than be the one you ever dreamed of. Yeah, that one suck in, I can see by the silentness. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot easier to be the person you never wanted to be than it is to be the one you want to be. See what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when you're in college, you want to give up, it's getting tough, you're just tired, you're crying. If you're going to cry, you better cry because you ain't giving up, you better cry because you're going forward. You know what I'm saying? When you're stressing out, don't stress out because it's almost over. Stress out because I got to keep going. You know what I'm saying? That's the mindset you have of a winner. That's the ones that are great. Everyone in this room wants to stand out in what they do, right? Okay. Some people in this room want to stand out at what they do. Let's try it again. Everyone in this room wants to stand out at what they do. Listen to me. Worry a lot more about what you're trying to do in college than who you're trying to be around in college. And it's coming from the guy who's did it all. You know what I'm saying? When she told you about my story, it was it is what it is, man. I made a lot of bad choices. But once I got smarter, and now I can share it with you. So never forget this before I leave. Whenever it gets rough, whenever you get down, whenever it seems like everything is hitting you, remember, everything you're going through is preparing you for what you prayed for. And thank you for the time here. My name is Darnell Super Chef Ferguson, and y'all have a great college career.
All right, guys, you signed your signs, right?
You got your card?
You got your cards?
Everybody get their card out.
Because here's the thing. You've got your cards, and what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to take video of this and kind of make it go viral to let all these universities and colleges know that you guys are coming for them. And they better get ready because you guys are going to make a difference. You guys are ready to embark on this crazy, awesome adventure.
And at the same time, we're gonna sign our cards all at the same time. Are you guys ready? Do you have something to sign with? You have your pens? We're gonna count it down and we're all gonna sign together.
So okay, everybody have their pens.
Everybody
you guys
get
are
their
gonna
cards,
sign.
get your pens.
I'm gonna start back from 5, so hopefully you guys can be ready by then, okay?
We're gonna count it down, we're gonna sign it together, and then we're gonna all hold them up at the same time. It's gonna make for some awesome video.
All right? Ready? Let's get ready to sign in 5, 4, 3, 2, What you say is here we come, all right? Here we come. So
mascots, get on out here and do your dance.
Mascots,
Get out,
all right.
mascots.
So when
Morty,
we say better make room,
get out
I want you to say, here we come, all right? So when we say better make room, you guys say, here we come, and you hold up your signs, okay?
Okay.
Mascots are gonna be here ready for you guys. We got signs here ready for you guys. So when we say better make room, you guys hold up your signs and scream as loud as you can, Here we come. All right, let's do practice. Are you ready? All right, you better make room because
Here we come!
better make room because you better make room because
Yeah, that was the best one yet.
guys, I'm so excited for you. Hang on, we got to do it 3 more times. 3 more times. I feel like we got it. We got it in us. I didn't see everybody participating because maybe you didn't understand the words that we were saying, all right? We say better make room. You say here we come. All right, ready? 3 more times. Ready? Better make room because
Here we come!
better make room because you better make room because yeah!
Guys, they get an A on that.
Yeah, awesome job. You know what? This is so amazing. I know Kelly and myself are so honored to be here standing in front of you guys, helping you usher in the next 4 years of your lives here and kind of help usher yourselves out of JCPS where maybe some of you have spent the last 12 years. So this is both a very scary and exciting time for all of you. But this is so exciting.
I'm so excited for you guys. Honestly, college is one of the best times of your life. So have fun, enjoy every minute of it, learn, and we can't wait to see what you guys end up doing.